Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we'll be covering negative space and how you can utilize negative space in your own designs. So let's get into it. So the best logos hide a second meaning in plain sight. So what they do is they utilize something called negative space, and we'll be discussing it further in this video. If you need any advice on design and you want to have a review, like a free 30-minute consultation, click the first link in the description and I'll be more than happy to help you. So let's get into it. So first, we need to understand the basics. So what is negative space? Negative space is basically the empty space around of a shape. So let's look at the example on the right. So on the right, you have two different shapes. You have a star and a square. And this looks really messy and cluttered. So the best way to do this is to merge the two shapes together and engrave, for example, in this case, you engrave the star into the square and blend it into the background. So this becomes the second shape at the bottom with the arrow pointing to it. So this is really important and really effective as well, especially if you're trying to condense one or two or more elements into a shape. And without it being too cluttered, you can use and utilize negative space in your favor. So you can show one or two or more meanings into the logo in a very efficient and effective way. So your brain completes the hidden shape that's inside the other shape, and that discovery will stick to the brain, and also people will remember it instantly. So we can go through some examples that has been used, famous logos, and I'll show you some of my examples that I've implemented myself in my designs, and we'll be talking about it and what you can do to come up with your own designs and the key behind it as well. So these are 5 examples of famous logos with 5 hidden meanings, and we'll be covering each one. I'm pretty sure you've seen most of these as well. So the FedEx logo has got a hidden arrow in between the E and the X. You can see here, right here. And it's really effective the way that they've done it. It's about transportation and forward movement as well. So they've done it really effective, and when you see it, it has like a wow factor because it's really cleverly done, and it's done in a way where it doesn't tamper with the text and the shape, and it's hidden, so it becomes really rewarding once you spot it. And the WWF has got a panda, and you can see your brain completes the shape without it fully completing the face and the top part of the head of the panda, and your brain just completes the shape entirely. Let's move on to the NBC logo. It's got a peacock, and then the middle, the head of the peacock, is actually blended into the background, and it's in negative space. And this is done really well because it follows the shape of the feathers, and your brain will not see it because it's really well hidden. But once you spot it, it becomes like an aha moment, and you're more likely to remember it as well. Moving on, the Toblerone hides a bear in the mountain, and this is a little bit hard to see in this example, but rather than having the bear outside of the mountain would have been too complex, so they simplified this. Moving on to the last example, the Baskin and Robbins. They have 31 different flavors, and they have capitalized on this idea using the B and the R to cut out the one side of the B and one side of the R to differentiate the number 31 in the middle. So moving on, we will talk about some of my examples that I have implemented negative space in my logo and why it works really effectively. So in this example is the word client, and you can see between the C and the L, there's a person hidden between the C and the L. And this works really well because instead of putting the person outside of the text, I have utilized the space between the C and the L and used the L as the end part to close the shape. Now this works really well, especially if you're trying to implement 2 or more meanings into your logo. This way, the user is more likely to remember it and also is not too cluttered. And I would advise to see if you have any potential for the negative space whenever you're thinking of an idea. Just see if there's any potential for negative space. If there is, then it comes out really well if you utilize it properly. Moving on. I've covered this in some other videos of mine as well, But this one is Coffee King, and you could see the king in the positive space, and then you can see like a coffee mug inside the face. And this comes out really well when you utilize both of them and shape them together. It doesn't look as cluttered as it would if it was two different ideas. So this can play a huge part in your design and the outcome, because when they see it, they instantly like see the shape before, and then if they look at it from a second look, most of the time they spot it the second time round, or someone else spots it and they tell them, and this experience will make them remember it, and it becomes that much more effective in the long run, especially for your branding. So moving on, this is a bird, and I had utilized the empty space of the controller using the two analog sticks as the eyes for the bird, and used a diamond for the beak to complete the shape. So I saw an opportunity and I utilized this in the best way possible, and it came out really well as well. In this example, it's a logo I made for an AI brand, a K, which I cut out the top part of the K, which also created a speech mark and also a person, which is a friendly app for a person talking to a companion, an AI companion, about their daily task and sharing the ideas and getting help as if you were to speak to your friend, and is a super friendly app to use for your day-to-day activities. So this mark has worked out exceptionally well because it utilizes the negative space and expresses those ideas into the logo very effectively. Why does it pay? So the reveal sticks, and in the user's mind, it becomes really memorable. It's like a aha moment, and that aha moment turns into a memory that they will remember forever. Like I remember the first time I saw the FedEx logo, and when I saw the arrow, someone actually pointed out to me. I remember straight away, I was like mind blown because I hadn't seen it. And that aha moment I had, I will never forget. And most of the time, this effect remains and sticks to the brain. So they're more likely to remember your brand. And you want to create a brand that people remembers and it sticks, because most likely this turns into them talking about it with other people and sharing it with other people. That way the brand name will spread before they even walk in or use your services. Obviously your services would have to be good as well to back it up, but the logo and the branding really matters in this case. The third thing is it will feel premium, and that extra time that you put in to think about it and care to come up with something unique and effective that positions yourself differently with the rest of the market shows them that you really care about your craft and your branding. This later on goes down to everything else you do, like with your services. If you care that much about your branding and how your business looks, then they're more likely to come in because they know that transfers to everything else that you do with your business, your service, the products you offer, the service that you offer. So you're more likely to get those customers into the door, and that is really great for your business as well. So keep that in mind, okay? So moving on, the proof is that the FedEx Hidden Arrow won 40 plus design awards in the past because of how effective it is and how effortlessly they were able to pull this off, and how much people loved their brand and how memorable it was. It ticked every single one of these boxes that we mentioned above. So keep that in mind for your own branding as well. Okay, moving on. If you guys want a premium logo with a hidden idea, feel free to book a 30-minute consultation call with me. I'll be happy to help you in any way possible. And we will go from there. If you guys are interested, click the first link in the bio and I'll be more than happy to help you guys. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below and I'll be more than happy to guide you. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.